The world will end in 2029, according to the brain rot on Reddit. We're no strangers to the whole concept that the world will end one day. It's inevitable, and the question is, when? Initially thought to be the year 2012, according to the Mayans, it was eventually disproven, and the reason they thought this was because that's how far their calendar went at the time. And also because we're still here. Regardless, the apocalypse will happen one day, and the world as we know it will cease to exist. And now we have some sort of confirmation that there is a chance the world will end in 2029. Obviously, I'm exaggerating a bit, but this felt like an appropriate subject to talk about for the first video of the new year. So now that y'all know when the world could end, I'm sure your next question is how? Well, astronomers have found that a giant space rock, an asteroid, is on course towards Earth. It's predicted almost 100% that it will miss our planet, but will be in as close proximity as possible without being pulled in by our gravitational field. This is nothing but business as usual in the cosmos, and let me just take a brief moment to talk about our situation, because I don't think people realize just how lucky we are to be where we are in the solar system. Not only is our planet prompted at the right distance from the sun to support life, but other planets, especially Jupiter, act as natural protection against the excess elements of space. Jupiter is our greatest firewall, taking space bullets left and right, keeping our planet safe 99% of the time. Unfortunately though, one sneaky bastard got past our protection and is now on course to penetrate our planet. Once again, the chances of it actually hitting us are like 0, but depending on Earth's orbit and how close it gets to the asteroid's path, there is a chance it could get pulled in by our gravitational field. It's still very unlikely though, as astronomers have calculated that the Earth will be at a safe 20,000 miles away for when the time comes, but given that the asteroid is appropriately named Apophis, meaning God of Chaos, it makes sense why social media is jumping to this conclusion that the world will end in 2029. Now, there is a confirmed date for when Apophis will be visible from Earth, but the timing just adds more fuel to the fire because it's Friday, April 13th. There is a greater being out there that is toying with us. This is a trial by fire to see if humanity will unite or destroy ourselves because of it. It's like that game, Meteor 60 Seconds, that I played so you don't have to, and knowing when the world will end, and what would you do with the time you have left? I know what I would do. Because of how close Apophis will get to Earth in the grand scheme of the universe, NASA has implemented a mission to land a drone on the God of Chaos for research. A NASA spacecraft that recently returned from deep space has been relaunched for a mission to study the God of Chaos. The agency's spacecraft, now named the Oshir's Apex, has been sent off to study the asteroid Apophis' extremely close flyby of Earth in 2029, the likes of which hasn't happened since the dawn of recorded history. Well, I wasn't worried before, but after reading this, should I start prepping for when the time comes, drop out of school and build a fucking bunker? Apophis, also known as the God of Chaos, is expected to fly by Earth on April 13th, 2029, about only 20,000 miles away, closer than some man-made satellites, and could even be visible from the Eastern Hemisphere. That has to be one of the most terrifying things unexpectedly. Imagine chilling outside, sipping on some brewskis with the boys, and all of a sudden, you see the fucking God of Chaos. Even on the off chance Apophis were to hit us, it's not massive enough to cause global extinction. The worst case scenario is damages would be on a regional scale, which I'm not a disaster expert, but I feel like that is much more manageable. Figure out where it's going to strike, the range of the aftermath, and call for an emergency evacuation of the area. Like, that has to be manageable. When you look at the facts, there's just no way Apophis will cause the world to end in 2029. The only chaos this god will cause is what comes from the brain-rotted individuals on social media. Let's set up a GoFundMe project to build a rocket so we can divert the course of this asteroid so that it will hit us next time. So this madman, the maniac, wants to play God and ensure the God of Chaos hits Earth. Not really sure why, as he's very much mortal and we can easily remove him from this scenario. Stuff like this makes me hope they did the math right. We're gonna find out in 2029 that NASA has been using photomath, and by then it'll be too late. If NASA gave a 2-hour warning that an apocalyptic level asteroid was going to hit Earth, how do you think the world would react? So hypothetically, suppose that this was off and it was projected to hit. Is there any chance or any weapon/technique that we have that would stop it from hitting Earth? I know you see all of the typical sci-fi movie options, but is there actually anything we can do? Well, I'm sorry to ruin Christmas, Junior, but this isn't a Hollywood movie. A nuke would pretty much do nothing against an asteroid in space. Even if you were to attack it as it was entering Earth's atmosphere, you just break it into smaller chunks that would still hit us and cause major damage. And lastly, this individual had probably the smartest response on Reddit, to which they said, I think we should just let nature do its thing, which is about all you can do in this case. So yeah, the world's not gonna end in 2029, or at least not because of an asteroid. We're so fortunate to be living in an era where we have entire teams dedicated to studying the vast range of space that determines what surrounds us and the likelihood of encountering it. Our demise won't come from anything space-related that we know of, at least up until 2040, but we're always being updated on what the universe has to offer, and there's no real threat as of now. All we can do is tackle the internal conflicts within our planet and not let the mere presence of the God of Chaos cause anarchy amongst humanity. I just wanted to talk about this because I saw it was floating around again on the internet. That's really about it. So, I'll see you guys next time.